They told you it was lost at sea. They told you it was a simple accident. They lied. Imagine a protocol so terrifying, so classified, that it has its own code name, Broken Arrow. That's the military term for an accidental nuclear weapon incident, a bomb that falls, explodes, or simply vanishes. I wasn't looking for history. I was fixing an ancient HVAC unit in a forgotten hangar. But I found the truth, buried behind 3 inches of lead-lined concrete. And it proves that at least 5 times in the 1960s, the world came terrifyingly close to nuclear annihilation because of sheer incompetence. I'm Adam. They call me the Fixer. I specialize in restoring what's broken, what's hidden, what should have stayed secret. And the secrets I uncover aren't about cheating spouses or faulty plumbing. They're about the structural failures of power. The governments and billionaires I work for believe their history is locked away forever. They forgot I'm the one with the wrench. My latest gig took me deep into the rural fringes of South Carolina, to what was once a sprawling Air Force Strategic Air Command base. It was decommissioned decades ago, now just a silent, crumbling ghost of the Cold War. My contract was simple: reactivate the environmental control system in an old, isolated B-52 maintenance hangar, the kind of hangar designed to shelter aircraft carrying live atomic payloads. The air inside was thick with decay, smelling of ozone and forgotten history. The HVAC unit I needed to restore was fused into the wall behind a thick utility panel. As I stripped away the rusted insulation and severed wiring, my tool scraped against something solid that shouldn't have been there. It wasn't concrete, it was cold, heavy metal. I spent the next 2 hours with a reciprocating saw cutting through the old utility frame. What I uncovered was a lockbox, a small, coated metal locker, the kind designed to withstand fire and flood, bolted directly to the structural steel of the hangar. The hinges were seized, the combination dial rusted solid. I didn't need to pick the lock, I used the torch. When the thick metal door finally groaned open, the smell of aged paper and dry heat hit me. Inside wasn't money or gold. It was a single, brittle, leather-bound document labeled in faded stencil, Broken Arrow Protocol, SAC 64A. The manual was the unholy Bible of nuclear failure. The protocol itself is the official term the U.S. military uses for a mishap involving nuclear weapons that does not create a risk of war, but does create a risk of massive radiological disaster. The most famous example is the 1966 Palomares, Spain incident, where a B-52 collided with a tanker, dropping 3 hydrogen bombs. The public was told 3 were easily found. The truth, verified right here in this manual, is far more terrifying. This manual detailed the specific coded response steps the military took when a weapon was deemed lost or irretrievable. It confirmed that in the Palomares incident, 1 bomb was indeed lost at sea for 80 days. But the protocol went deeper. It described the process of covertly sweeping civilian areas for plutonium contamination, the use of unmarked military burial grounds for contaminated soil, and the absolute requirement to deceive foreign governments and the American public about the true dispersal of radiological material. The goal wasn't just recovery, it was total erasure of the event. The manual confirmed the horrifying reality that the military's primary concern wasn't public safety, it was preventing panic. The pages outlined procedures for neutralizing the plutonium hazards that did disperse, the classic dirty bomb scenario, but it did so with chilling detachment, prioritizing military assets and geopolitical stability over the immediate health of local populations. I saw codes and coordinates that pointed not just to the well-known sites, but to several other classified incident locations across the U.S. coastline, incidents that were written off as minor training malfunctions. This document was concrete proof that the greatest existential threats to American citizens during the Cold War often came not from the Soviet Union, but from simple mechanical failure and a government obsessed with maintaining its own narrative. I resealed that locker. I repaired the HVAC unit, and I walked out of that hangar with a truth that weighs heavier than the lead shielding on that vault door. They built these protocols to contain nuclear fallout, but what they really contained was the truth about their own incompetence. Every time they told the world they found all the pieces, this manual confirms that they were lying. The most terrifying entry in that manual wasn't about the bombs they recovered. It was about the bomb from the 1958 Tybee Island incident, the one that fell into the waters off the Georgia coast. The official military file still lists it as unrecovered. This manual provided the coordinates and the final, ominous assessment. Location confirmed, no retrieval possible. That bomb is still out there, and they know exactly where. If you want to know the true coordinates of the lost bomb they never recovered, the one still sitting on the ocean floor, then you need to hit subscribe. I need your help. If you want part 2, the coordinates of the unfound bomb, comment below right now with the word broken.